Why is there so much talk about a wage gap, but there's no talk of an empathy gap?
I feel like the wage gap is something very real, and that's funding, that's living, like what you're living off of. Whereas empathy, like
Cut that out, you little bastard!
Sad as it is to say, you don't need to live off of empathy. I mean, obviously it affects you mentally, and that's another issue, but it's not something that can be addressed by the government. The government can't issue a bill saying that you have to show more empathy to men.
It's funny how she's saying that the government can't pass a bill saying that women have to be more empathetic towards men. If that's the case, if they're not pushing for empathy, if the government isn't putting things in place to push for empathy, then why do we live in a politically correct culture where you're not allowed to tell the truth out of fear of hurting people's feelings? We live in a culture where we have to be empathetic to everybody to the point where you can't even criticize anybody or tell them that they're wrong, tell them that they need to improve. You can't say anything out of the fear of hurting somebody's feelings. So we live in a culture where it's forcing you to be empathetic to every single little thing, which is why everybody's so weak and sensitive now. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Stop the cap.
I think because in the work field, women haven't been working for very long, and the years that we have been working, there has been significant differences in wage gap, whereas men, they always come out on top. You see it in movies and everything where the male actors will make a lot more than females. As for the empathy, I just think it's something new that a lot of people haven't dealt with yet. And I think going forward with more men speaking out, in their experiences and showing emotion, I think it will eventually change.